idea what he just said. Yeah, hello everybody. Great to be here. My name is Lucas von Gretsch. I'm a fifth generation member of the Gretsch family. So it was my great-great-grandfather Friedrich Gretsch who started the Gretsch company all the way back in 1883 in Brooklyn, New York. And it's my uncle Fred Gretsch who's the current owner of the Gretsch company. So I'm a fifth generation member of the family, and Gretsch is an interesting company because it's a family business, and it's a company that we've been able to keep in the family and pass on from generation to generation to generation. There was a short period between 1967 and 1985 where the company was sold to Baldwin outside of the family. But my uncle, Fred Gretsch, one of my greatest heroes and mentors, in 1985 was able to hustle up enough cash to buy the company back into family hands, where it is today, and where we'll take it into the future, moving forward. So, yeah, you know, it's a very old company. Last year we celebrated our 135th anniversary. And I know 135 years for Swedes isn't very long, history-wise, but for us Americans, it's like an eternity. So we're very, very proud to be such an old company, and there's really, in the musical instruments business, there are really very few companies. Martin Guitars is also an ancient family business. They're sort of a comparable, but other than that, there isn't a company that has the same kind of legacy that we have going on. So you can imagine I'm very proud, and very proud to be a part of this family. And I know when you have a company that's 136 years old, I could probably talk here for hours about different points in the history of the family business. But I'd like to just talk briefly tonight. I'd like to just talk about 1960. At this time, Gretsch drums were being manufactured at 60 Broadway in Brooklyn, New York. And this was kind of the age of bebop. This was before rock and roll. And at that time in 1960, the artist relations manager for Gretsch was a gentleman by the name of Phil Grant. And Phil was a super interesting guy. He was a drummer himself. And he was a guy who would go out to jazz clubs at the time in the late 50s and recruit drummers to play Gretsch drums. And if you look at the list of artists from 1960 and the Gretsch roster, it was mostly African-American jazz drummers. And at that time, you know, other companies weren't signing up African-Americans, but Gretsch, you know, Phil's philosophy was, we're going to get the best drummers. And the best drummers that I can get my hands on. And so he would go out to these jazz clubs in New York, and he would recruit, you know, some of the greatest drummers historically that are considered heroes today. And in 1960, he put together an album called Gretsch Drum Night at Birdland, and I have a CD here. Maybe some of you have heard of it. It's a recording that was recorded at Birdland Jazz Club or Birdland in New York. And on it is Philly Joe Jones, who was Miles Davis's drummer at the time, Elvin Jones, who played with Coltrane, Charlie Persip, who played with Dizzy Gillespie, and Art Blakey, who was just his own guy with Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. And it's basically a recording of the four of them playing duets and solos and swapping eights and trading off. And it was all recorded on the social media of the day, which was Phonogram Records. And it's still available. You can get it on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on eBay. You can still find records. I bought this from someone in Japan who had a CD that was selling it, but it's still available. So that's my snapshot of the Gretsch history, and there are many other points in time which are super interesting, but we're just, I could be up here for hours, but we can talk afterwards if you want. I'll be hanging out. And I think it's time for a Gretsch quiz. Drum roll, please.
Absolutely.
So today I thought, drum roll, please. And today we're giving away this beautiful Gretsch t-shirt. Gretsch gear is available at a website called gretschgear.com, run by my cousin Lena. And hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, all Gretsch stuff. And they ship super fast internationally. It's no problem from Sweden. Go to gretschgear.com if you want to buy Gretsch swag. It's all there. And this, you can buy this shirt at Gretsch Gear and this shirt as well. So check that out. So I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to shout it out. And the first person who answers this, you guys are all looking at me like that shirt's too small. We're giant Swedish people. Right? It fit me. I'm a midget though. But I'm going to yell out a question, and the first person who I hear answer it correctly gets the t-shirt. So here's the question. What is the name of the Gretsch drummer who plays with Foo Fighters?
Taylor Hawkins.
That's it. You got it.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Congratulations.
Thank you. What size is it?
It's like a medium.
I can frame it.
Give it to your little brother. Yeah, so other than that, I have a weekly series on Instagram and Twitter where I have micro episodes where I show interviews of me with interviewing Gretsch artists like Johan and interviews. I also talk with the production guys. It's total geeky Gretsch stuff. And you can follow it at Lucas von Gretsch, Lucasvon Gretsch, on both Twitter and Instagram. It's also on YouTube. If you want to check that out and just see, just nerd out on product information and artist information. So that's all I got for now, but I'll be hanging out afterwards if you guys want to talk some more. Thanks a lot for your time. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
You want to talk about the drum kit? This beautiful.
Should I talk about the kit?
Yeah,
well,
please.
Okay.
Tell me how you're painting it and everything.
Oh wow, gosh, well.
Because it's you.
Yeah.
Right?
I worked in the drum production back in '97. I was a production foreman from '97 and '98, and the productions are manufactured in Ridgeland, South Carolina. There's the three top lines which are made in the U.S. are U.S. custom, and this is a U.S. custom kit. So this is a 6-ply maple kit, maple gum combination with a 30-degree bearing edge. And this is sort of the flagship type of kit, the USA custom. And then we also have Broadcaster kit, the Broadcaster series, which is a 3-ply shell, maple, poplar, maple. And it's got this reverse roundover bearing edge which gives like a really woody, warm sound. And those are Broadcasters. And then we also have the Birdland series. Birdland's also a 6-ply maple poplar configuration. And Birdlands are a little bit thicker. The shells are a little bit thicker. So you can, there's a bit more projection in the sound. And then we have our popular priced kits for people starting off or intermediate players. And this is the Catalina kits and the Renown kits and the Energy kits. Those are all manufactured offshore at a little bit more affordable cost for the company. So we can offer it to younger students or people starting out. So, for me, it's so important, as I'm a drummer myself, and I think it's so important as drummers that we find a sound we like. So it's important for I know there's a lot of pro drummers in here mostly, but for the beginner and intermediate folks, who are maybe been playing on a kit because their older brother gave it to them or it's the only one lying around. I want to encourage you all to open your ears and to check out different types of kits. Come to the drum store and try different heads and try different sounds and see what you connect with. And because once you find that sound and that voice, that's where the magic really begins. And so I want to encourage especially you guys right here to check out the drums, check out the different drums, and try all different drums. Don't just try the drum set that your old man puts in front of you. Try out different kits and see what you like. And try to open your ears and see what feels good for you. What's your personal expression? That's all I can say about that. So, and we try our best to make the best drums in the world so that the most people connect with our sound, that great Gretsch sound. So, thanks everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.